Hello, my crafty peeps. So I'm doing this video because I found them. So nobody knows what I'm talking about. Recently, I was watching a video from a channel called Book and Paper Arts. And she was sharing the art of distressing paper. And it's called momagami or mamagami. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'll put the link to the video that I was watching. And I was like, I remember doing this as a kid. We used to, you'd crumple up your note paper or your homework or whatever, and you just realized that the more you crumple it, the cooler it felt. And then you thought, ooh, well, now I could do other things. And so then you could sew it, and then it really did cool with watercolor. And it also was, fun to sew. And that reminded me of when we used to make brooches with paper and nail polish. And I had made a comment about it, and then that started a little conversation. And so I wanted to share. So a while back at a yard sale or thrift store, I think it was, I'd come across this little bag of these paper. And you know what? I'm just going to say I have dirty nails because I was just potting plants, and I've started the video. I'm not going to redo it, but my nails are going to be dirty. And that is why I was repotting a plant that was not happy where it was. I've washed my hands, but I did not think to clean under my fingernails. So please excuse that. But, so I went digging in my basement. I am going to upload a little video about that, or whichever one comes first. And so you can see the disaster that is down there. Anyway, I found them. And so I thought I would take a minute to videotape and share them. So I did not make these. I picked these up, like I said, at a thrift store. They brought back so many memories. And I even still had some of them in the bag. 50 cents. So, I mean, how do you go wrong? I think there were 2 bags of them. They were loosely, and I just kind of pulled them all into one bag, but they were 50 cents. So I paid $1 for all of these. And I thought they might look really cool on journals, or, a project for the wall. I don't know. I thought they were rad. Somebody made these, and I can't leave them at the craft store. The thrift store. They have to come home with me and live in my space. And I hadn't done anything with them. They were in the basement. So now I've brought them out. So that's exciting. I have to find something to do with them. So ideas are welcome. But let's just look for a minute at how cool this was. And if you made these when you were younger, I would love to hear how you did it, what you used to do. How old were you when you were making these? I knew a lot of adults that were doing these. So these were probably made by adults. So let's take a look. This one here, first of all, I think is really pretty. This is paper. It almost looks like either it was magazine paper, or I don't want to say newspaper, but maybe I'm thinking like, I can't tell that that's got a gold paint or a pen around it, but it may be a paper bag, because paper bags were really good to use back then because they were heavy duty. And so they held their shape, and the shine that we used to get on them was nail polish. That's what we used to stiffen them up. And everybody had tons of leftover nail polish. There's the little pin, just hot glued on there. A hot glue glob of beads. I just love it. Some paint. Kind of gives an Asian style for back then. Just a gem. I don't know. I think they're somewhat beautiful. So here we go. So that was a brooch. And then there were some that, you made in pairs. Maybe those two don't go together. Let's see. Well, we'll look. Here. Is this it? Here it is. Here it is. Oh, I got to get in front of the camera. That would help. Look at that. How fun is that? So just globs of beads. Paper folded. Here's the back. Clip-on earring. Piece of tape. I mean, these were very fashionable. You can kind of see I'm trying to see, make sure you can see. Oh, what paper would have that ridged texture to it? I wonder what paper they used. Is that you know, long before we had craft stores the way we do now, where basically all of your supplies I can go and buy, you know, this is what we were coming up with. I think this kind of stuff is fun. So there's those little earrings. There was another one. I'll just show each of them. I think they're neat. They're dusty. You know, again, a little clip on. So that was a pair of earrings. I'm not sure if I have its mate. I don't see it. I'll set those up here. Here is another one, silver and black. Gem. That one lost its earring. I want to say that is a paper bag. I want to say that looks like a shopping bag from the grocery stores. Do you remember the days when paper bags, we used those for everything. You know, that's how you got the grease off of your French fries. You dropped them in a paper bag. That's how you put that on the table. You put that, you know, you made vests for school plays and things. Here's another set of these so neat folded and crumpled paper earrings. Oh, here. Oh, this one's got, let me look. Maybe, I'm not sure. It looks white. Maybe that was a box. It looks too thin to be a cardboard box, but it was some type of packing, I'm sure. And it's got that texture to it. You can see it in the light. So I'm curious what she used here. These are neat glitter. Get some glitter on there. So there's those. And then this one's very pretty with the blue, green, black tube beads and the glitter. And here's another one in like a red and black, blue, pearl. And the glitter nail polishes, or the nail polishes that had some sheen to them. I don't believe these were painted. I really believe some of this was done with nail polish. I mean, that's how we did them. You know, I don't know. I'm not saying that that's the case, but it wouldn't surprise me. There's that set. So that one had 2 earrings, obviously. This one's a brooch. There. Maybe that is some kind of cardboard from a package. I think we should make some of these. I think we should have a hashtag vintage jewelry. I don't know, what would we call this? We need a name. And we can start encouraging others to make it and see what they can come up with. Did you have any of these? Does your mom, depending on your age, I suppose? You know, did you have an aunt, one of those really eclectic aunts that still has it in her jewelry drawer? You know, maybe you can convince her to pass it to you, and you can add it into, because I think these would be really neat in projects. I can totally see junk journaling. There's one with a whole, you know, and an embellishment. And that's kind of what I had in mind. I'd kind of pop these off and I would just put them on one of my crazy creations. I've got more. Let's see here. I've got more. Here's another set of earrings in pinks and purples with the seed beads, the gems. These are clip-ons as well. And that one I can definitely see cracking. I'm not sure it's going to show up on the camera, but when I hold it close, it's got like porcelain cracking, which really leads me to believe, again, probably nail polish. That's what we used. So neat. I think these are so fun. So here is another one in some blues and purples, or greens and purples rather. Some gold tube beads, there's seed beads, pinks and grays, that bubblegum pop pink. Here was a couple. These are kind of neat. These just look like flowers. With, and again, this was crumpled paper. You just crumpled the paper up and then you painted it. And then you varnished it with nail polish. And there you go. hot glued some backs on. I got earrings. Aren't those neat? And they're all one of a kind. This one looks like, yeah, like a piece of leather. Probably from a belt or something. They folded it, added a big bead there, and that's how it would sit. And look, it's just foam or something. Is that like a, looks like drywall or something. What is that? Some kind of, oh, a cork board. I bet that is a piece of cork board. I'm looking. I want to say that I think it is, with the leather on top. Clever. A little leather, and look at that. And those are all, look, this one's starting to come off. So those were all individually glued. That's not like a string of beads. That was done meticulously. That's very, very good. And then here's the last one. I've got another earring. I'm really glad that whoever had found these decided to not trash them, but to donate them to the thrift. That makes me very happy, because someone like me, I mean, it just brought back a lot of memories, and I thought I could use this in my projects. So I picked it up. So I'm going to leave these out. I'm not going to put them back. I'm going to leave them out. I'm going to share this video. I'm going to see if anybody else remembers doing this. If anybody else remembers how we used to do it. And maybe, you know, we could all share little videos of, you know, revamping the techniques and bringing back this long lost art of jewelry making. Maybe. Anyway, that's it. So thank you. I hope that you had fun looking at these as much as I did.